my dough, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city, every city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go. Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. Let's go.
Hit the like button on your way in. Hit the like button on your way in. We have breaking news. We have breaking news. 5-star DB Kamani Mcclain lands with the Florida Gators. Drop in the comments how you guys feel. But as I said before, man, hit that like button on your way in. This is breaking news. Per 247 Sports, it's official. So we're going to talk about that. You guys know the birds gonna talk in the background, so just come in, be peaceful, positive vibes, and we're gonna talk about this situation. Once again, as I said before, Cormani Mcclain is officially a Florida Gator. He's going to walk on. According to the head coach, he's gonna earn that scholarship. He's going to earn that scholarship according to the Florida Gators. So let's see. I actually like that idea. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that, you know, the situation with Kamani Mcclain, you know, he has a lot to prove to himself. So I feel like that it's actually a great idea for him. I'm gonna also drop I'm gonna drop in the comments the link to the live for anybody that want to chime in. I'm gonna share the link. You guys know how I get when I start talking, so I'm gonna go ahead and share donation links as well. Get that out the way if you guys want to donate, because once I get started, man, I forget. But yeah, like I say, man, I actually like this idea for Kamani, because it's almost like he betting on himself, in my opinion. You know, you're going somewhere where you walking on and you don't have a scholarship, so you're going from having a scholarship to, you know what I'm saying, the fact of not having a scholarship, in my opinion, that he's betting on himself. So as I said before, as you guys chime in, let me know where you're chiming in from, and we're gonna get the show started. Nakia, how you doing, Nakia? She says, "Kid ain't tough. We'll end back at home." Yeah, I understand. I understand everybody gonna have mixed opinions on this situation. But we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. So there's the link. Hello, how you doing, Shirley? How you doing, Shirley? But yeah, I know everybody gonna have mixed opinions of that situation. Congratulations to him, Alabama in the house. Oh yeah, much love to you, Shirley, out there in Alabama. Yeah, congratulations to him. At the end of the day, you know, this is something that he wanted to do. So, you know, he's staying home, so maybe he can figure it out, you know what I'm saying, at home. You know, he have his family with him, supporting him. You know, so maybe this is enough motivation for him to get it right. You know, it seems like his family supports him. So, you know, we obviously would have loved for him to be a part of the Colorado community. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, things happen in the game of sports, especially in this generation, in this era. It's just the nature of the game. The nature of the game now. Guys hit the portal. So, it's tough considering how much I know that Coach Prime wants to see Kamani succeed. So, and of course, I want to see him on the opposite side of Travis. But maybe Florida Gators is the perfect fit for him. We know he did actually recently committed to the Florida Gators, before going to Colorado. So shout out to True Bucks fan. What's up, Mag Dog? What's going on, True Bucks fan? How you doing? On y'all way in, hit the like button. Hit that like button. 5-star DB Cormani Mcclain has officially signed with the Florida Gators as a walk-on. He's betting on himself, and I respect it. As a former player, I respect the fact that Kamani is betting on himself. That's just my personal opinion. Get some people time to chime in. I ain't gonna lie, Florida Gators uniform is dope though. I love their uniforms. That black and blue. I love their colors. So it's gonna remain to see if Kamani is gonna be able to earn that scholarship though. Let's see, we got a comment. Second chances, I'm sure he will rise. I agree, Rhonda. I agree. Sometimes people just need second chances. You know what I'm saying? So, I agree with you. Sometimes people need another chance to do better. Shout out to JJ Ford. She says, oh, she gave the emoji. Keith in the house. Shout out to Keith. He says Kamani would do better at Florida because he is home now. He is a mama's boy. Nothing wrong with that. I'm a mama's boy as well. Me too as well. Me too as well. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. Maybe he would do better. I feel like he would do better as well because he's at home. And there's nothing like being at home, near your mother. So I agree with you, because I feel like I never felt like Kamani wasn't a good player on the football field. It was just a matter of him being comfortable. It was so bad, it made me wonder if he really wanted to play football. So maybe that had a lot to do with it. Maybe he just wanted to be home in his backyard. So maybe he's going to be the Kamani Mcclain that everybody knows because now he's back at home. So it remains to be seen. Shout out to T Rich, Richie. You guys know how I am about the pronunciation of the names. My apology. But he says they out of scholarships right now. That NIL walk-on deal in effect. Okay, yeah, I thought so as well. It had to be something going on why they couldn't offer that scholarship. But I feel like that with Kamani Mcclain, they pretty much want to make sure that he's going to do the right thing, So because there's no way I'm going to sit here and believe that the Florida Gators in the SEC don't have a scholarship to give to somebody that's worthy of one, a 5-star. So I feel like this is like a prove it type of deal for Kamani, but we will see. Shirley says, I pray that he gets his mind and heart back on track. I agree 1000%. I hope so as well. I really do hope that he, get his mind, his heart, his body, all those things back on track. I agree. Because you don't get too many opportunities in this era of football in today's sports. That's for sure. DZA Digital in the house. Great low ball pickup for the Gators. I agree. As far as with the Florida Gators, I absolutely agree 1000%. They not losing anything in this deal right here. They're able to pretty much, you know, um, get a 5-star DB for free. They're basically able to get a 5-star DB on their campus for free until he prove it. Randa says they have one left. I heard this is a kind of test. I believe this will write his story when he looks back from the league. I only hope he repairs with Coach Prime. I agree. Very good comment right here. It's not always, about what he can do on the field. We all know what he possibly can do, but as far as his relationship with Coach Prime, I hope he can repair that as well, because we all know, like, people that really know that Coach Prime only wants the best for him. So I really hope that he can actually get himself, back around to where he can go back and maybe apologize to Coach Prime and not have that mentality like, I'm finna show this, what type of, y'all know how we are as people of my color. I'm gonna just say it like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I can feel, we all been there before. He probably feel like, oh, I'm finna show Coach Prime, what he missing out on. So I can tell you right now, that's probably the last thing on his mind is to repair anything with Coach Prime. Just being honest. You guys know I'm very honest. Nakia says they got him on a free agent deal. Facts. They got him on a free agent deal. I hope and pray that when Kamani figures it out, he will apologize to Coach Prime. Yeah, I do. I agree with y'all, though. I do hope he can do that. But me personally, I can't see that anytime soon, especially with Cormani Mcclain, the way he's been acting lately. I can tell you guys right now, his mentality is to show and prove to Coach Prime and everybody else. You know, he trying to prove some stuff to somebody, especially if you take a walk-on deal. Kamani is a good player, but he needs to be mature and realize everything is not going to be handed to him. A second chance might make a humble man. Facts. Kamani about to get real coaching and no daddy ball. Oh, facts. I mean, he in the SEC now. This is not the same type of ball as the Big 12. This is a different type of ball game right here. That's for sure. I agree with you 1050%. This is not, some I'm not gonna say daddy ball, but as far as real coaching, as far as put it like this. I'm not saying anything as far as daddy ball that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? That's trolling. But I'm saying as far as Coach Prime allowed a lot of stuff with Kamani Mcclain that he ain't finna get with this coach, Napier. He ain't finna deal with that. So it ain't gonna be no more second, third, fourth, fifth chances that Coach Prime gave Kamani Mcclain. That boy was homesick, to be honest. I agree. I feel like he was homesick. Kamani competing in the SEC is gonna be a bigger test compared to CU. Facts. That's what I'm saying, Tommy. This is a hell of a comment right here. This is absolutely what I'm saying. Whole different ball game in the SEC. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole different ball game. Problem child is a Gator. On your way in, y'all hit the like button. 84 people in the room. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button. I'm gonna share some of the pictures as I scroll down. He said he is closer to his support system in Florida. However, that's not always a totally positive thing. Hope he is able to focus better. It remains to be seen. Rooting for him, though. Facts. SEC, baby, you at all? Oh hell no, yeah, yeah. SEC don't baby you at all. That's facts. I don't care what nobody say. Coach Prime really did do a lot for Kamani Mcclain that the SEC is not finna do. Tyshawn says Daddy Ball. Yeah, he's just trolling. He won't be able to if he comment, you know what I'm saying, he's just helping the algorithm, but I'm just skipping over that comment. But as far as the difference is coaching, the SEC is totally different. So all that immaturity stuff won't be allowed. Immaturity and pettiness on both sides. Bottom line, SEC is toughest football. Facts. I agree. Kamani running to smoke. Facts. Florida got the toughest schedule. Facts. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you 1000%, Lions. This is a different type of conference. The SEC is the toughest conference in football. They play defense. You know what I'm saying? They are very aggressive. I mean, like you just mentioned, look at their schedule. Their schedule tells it all in itself. This is a totally different environment that he's about to get into. This is a conference where you got to come down and tackle, like you have to, or you're gonna get your head. You know what I'm saying? You guys know, man. This is a physical conference. I'm gonna just say it like that. Even from Little League, he's always been a team switcher. Hope he can stay planted and shine. Facts, facts. The report is that coach is on the hot seat. You talking about Florida coach? Because I wouldn't be surprised. I can show you guys so many video clips of Florida Gators with their players undisciplined. I saw a video. I'm gonna see if I can find it, where a Florida Gator shoved his head coach. I'm gonna play the clip in a second. He shoved his head coach. So there's a lot of undisciplined players. I'm gonna just show y'all that clip real quick. It's gonna be like super quick because it got music in the background. It's small, but I'm gonna just show y'all.
I got the sweat, part of them. Shorty have me drip, part of them. Put it on.
So there's a lot of undisciplined. I know it's a very, very short clip, but I mean, this is how they get down in Florida, so it's not a surprise of them picking up Kamani. Tyler says he ain't gonna make it there. He went from skillet to frying pan. He had the best DB in the National Football League history to coach him. He pissed it away because he's a baby. He wanted all the attention. Bust. Travis Hunter is a best, and he put in facts. I agree with you 1000%. I mean, he's walking into something that's way worse than what he had with Colorado. That's 1000%. In the SEC, you got to get it out the mud for real. Facts. You do. You definitely got to get it out the mud in the SEC. And y'all know I'm honest. I'm a very positive person, but it's a different conference in the SEC. Definitely about to see how much he loves football. Facts. Now we really about to see. Shout out to Rodney Porter. Shout out to Rodney. He says, Mag Dog, South Central LA. Much love to you out there. Kamani has to man up now. No more excuses. Facts. He definitely got to man up now. No more excuses. Because I do feel like Coach Prime has a tendency to show a lot of love to his players. Even when they do wrong, he still try to keep them around. But man, listen, in the SEC, is the reason why I say it's more different because they are on the hot seat a lot faster, a lot more than someone in the Big 12 or Pac-12, stuff like that, Big 10, whatever y'all call it. But when you talk about the SEC, these coaches are on the hot seat because it's most majority of national championships come from this conference. So when you're on the hot seat, you have less tolerance. When you're on the hot seat, you have less tolerance to deal with undisciplined players. Like Coach Prime is not on the hot seat. Let's keep it a buck. You know, he's going to be there for a while. He said he want to be there 10 years. If he want to be there 10 years, he can do so. But in the SEC, you are on the hot seat. So when you being on the hot seat and your job is on the line and you can possibly be fired, you have zero tolerance for anybody that's undisciplined because you have to feed your family. He's going to be fine. Kamani needs disciplined environment. I know, right? When I saw that clip yesterday, I was like, wow, now Kamani's going there. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to him, but I just was like, man, that's now it makes sense. Prime is the best to play, but it has not been proven. Prime can develop talent based on last season. We will see. We will see. I feel like he's already done. He's already proved that he can develop talent. We have 5 players right now. That's right now as we speak, and I'm reading this comment. We have 5 players that are practicing in NFL facilities. A lot of them don't even have stats. So if he can't develop talent, tell me what he can't do. You know what I'm saying? Or tell me what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Roderick Ward, right now, NFL bound. Derek McClain. You know what I'm saying? So Leon Payne, Jordan Dominic, all these guys at the next level. You know what I'm saying? We have 5 right now. And that don't even include Jackson State, HBCU. So to say that he can't develop talent and he have guys in the National Football League, that's crazy. I forgot the BS they had last season. Florida was looking like the Detroit Bad Boys. To be honest with you, Tommy, if I would have saw this before Kamani decided to go to Florida, I would have automatically assumed that he was probably going to go to Florida. Room full of haters. I don't like that, bro. Y'all got to stop bashing. I am sure the Florida coach called Coach Prime and they talked. What you think? Oh, facts. Yes, I would assume that, the Florida coach, called Coach Prime to kind of have an idea of what type of player he's getting. And, and of course, Coach Prime kept it a buck. And the sad part is Kamani hated on Travis, and Travis still tried to groom him. Shout out to Sunflower Brown, man. I'm loving the badge. Been rocking that badge for a long time. I'm absolutely loving it. She says, good morning from California. Now he has talking about clicks and views. Facts. What do you think that Florida is going to use him for until he messes that up? Yeah, he the one came out talking about clicks and views. So for those of you that's commenting saying we're hard on Kamani or this and that, hey, this is the Colorado community. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you talk smack, you got to bag it up. So we all waiting to see how much he loves football now. Okay, I see what you're saying. Kamani has moved to 5 schools in 6 years. NFL scouts, we see that as a red flag. Shout out to Rodney Porter. I agree with you. NFL scouts pays attention to players that switch schools for sure. Coaches always do their research. He's a freshman that had some growing up to do, and they know that he'll be good. I still pray that he finds his football family. Facts. I agree. I still pray for the kid. You know what I'm saying? I still hope him, I still hope he can succeed. Facts. Yeah. Hit that thumbs up button. So we have Chris Henry in the house. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Mad Dog?
Not much. How you doing?
Yeah, it's Chris. Yeah, this Chris Million. It's
Yeah, Chris. Okay, what's going on? What's your thoughts about Kamani going to Florida?
Well, you know what? Last time I was on with you, you had asked me the question, "What did I think?" I didn't think it was gonna happen, but hey, man, more power to him. I'm happy for him. I guess the biggest upside about this for him personally is the fact that he's back home where he wants to be, apparently, where he probably needs to be. The only other concern would be the entourage around him, man. People holding him more accountable is going to be something that he needs to, embrace. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's your thoughts as far as him walking on? Are you surprised by him having to walk on, or did you expect him to have a scholarship?
Well, no, I'm not surprised, and the reason is because of how everything is structured now with the NIL money, and they're able to off record scholarship these guys, right? So if they're preferred walk on, they probably still giving these guys probably more than enough as it would be a scholarship, if that makes sense. So yeah, it keeps their actual scholarship open, and then it gives these kids an opportunity to continue to go to college without coming so much out of pocket, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So 2024 season, do you feel like Kamani will be one of the starters as far as defensively, or?
No, I don't think it'd be a starter, but excuse me, if he goes in there and do whatever he needs to do, right? Clean, keep his nose clean and just do what these people ask you to do, man. He could contribute. The SEC can be wide open, and it could be, real physical. It could be both, right? And so in certain nickel packages and dime packages, he could probably contribute a great deal. I see it more on the outside than playing inside, but yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I think with him being a walk-on, he's gonna be a lot more hungrier, more motivated, and it remains to be seen, how everything's gonna go. What's your thoughts as far as Colorado upcoming season? What's your prediction?
I predicted 8-4. That's an optimistic prediction for me. Realistically, I think the floor is 6 games, man, 6 to 7 games. Only reason why I say that is because they have some tough road games that are tricky, meaning the Texas Tech game at night in Lubbock is a hard game. UCF, Gus Malzahn, if you're not careful, he'll put 50 in your back. So, but I like that game because it's hot. It's in Florida. A lot of kids are from the South that are playing at Colorado, so they, what I'm saying, they'll be used to that weather. But yeah, the Lubbock game is kind of tricky for me. And obviously Kansas State, Oklahoma State. I think we beat Nebraska, but I think it's going to be tough because Lincoln is just a tough place to play as well with all of this hype, right? I mean, let's be honest, Nebraska's been average over probably the last 15 to 17 years. But they still are tough to play in Lincoln. So that's my take.
Okay, well, I definitely appreciate you coming in, sharing your thoughts. We have somebody else in the background. Is there any final things you would like to say?
No, man, just thank you, man, for giving me an opportunity to speak my little piece, every now and again. Hopefully you can take my comments, for what it's worth. And just have a good positive perspective, not negative. It's just a perspective from one man to another. That's all.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I definitely appreciate you. Chime in with us, regularly whenever you get a chance, and enjoy the rest of your day.
And indeed, same to you, man.
All right, take care. If Colorado had trenches last year, a lot of those guys would have got drafted. Yeah, that's true. For the fella that was in the background, I can't see your name now. Yeah, I try to do two at a time. I mean, one at a time, so everybody can kind of speak without having somebody speak over. But yeah, if you come back in, I'll bring you in. Proud of Kamani and being a walk on might make him even hungrier to perform well. Yeah, that's what I said as well. I agree. That's what people keep forgetting or ignoring. He developed facts. Yeah, they look over that. You know what I'm saying? We need to give these kids grace. Being away from home and constantly, welcome to the game of football, man. These kids definitely, a lot of kids are away from home, and they're going to always be in the public eye, not only from YouTube, which is a small platform, but when we start speaking about, NFL Network, ESPN, I mean, there's so many big media sources out there where, like, I'm like me specifically as my podcast, you know, it's not as big at all. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like big time media companies. So this is what it comes with. You say they don't have the maturity to deal with the pressure. Well, if they don't have the maturity to deal with the pressure, they shouldn't be in this field as far as playing a game of football. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, I understand what you're saying, but this is what it comes with when you want to be a football athlete. This is the most popular sport in the United States. So everybody talks about it. It's always media driven, and you're always in the public eye. I think I saw an interview where Bishop Thomas spoke about debts, as far as cameras, but in reality, you're gonna always be in the public eye. So you have to make sure you make the right decisions on and off the field, and be professional. You have to grow up fast. So that's definitely how it works. I think this year Prime would be a lot more hands-on. He gave his initial staff a lot of leeway last year. Let's think about this for a minute. He gave up a full scholarship and NIL to walk on with the Gators. Facts. I agree. Was he a walk-on? He was not a walk-on at Colorado, but now he will be a walk-on for Florida. Talking about switching schools, yet all Colorado highlights off 1 year. Man, was a freshman, you're going to make mistakes. It's how you move after the mistakes. Facts. It's about how you move after the mistakes. I understood that the NIL deal will cover his tuition and other school-related fees. The people that said no school wanted him are quiet now. Let's leave the NFL out of it. He has to just start a calendar year on a football team and do well. I wish him the best. Yeah, that's facts. It's NFL shouldn't be even in his mind right now. You have to first get on the field, produce. You know what I'm saying? Everything else comes with it. That's for sure. He's going to have to put real work in. Oh, yeah, especially in the SEC. Push himself. Those junior high workout sessions aren't going to cut it. Bishop is full of it. He was all up in the cameras. Facts. Shout out to Beth Davis. Beth Davis from Honolulu. That's nice. That's nice. Much love to you, Beth. Who cares what he does? Sports Illustrated, Mag Dog TV. I'm sure you're going to see other content creators. 247 Sports, ESPN. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm really answering your question. There's a lot of people that care what he does. He's a former five-star DB, one of the best to do it in 2023. This is just how the game works. He still has to prove himself. Yeah, he definitely has to prove himself, but all eyes is on him. All eyes is on him. Subscribe and like Mag Dog TV. Appreciate that, Rodney. I appreciate that. All the Florida players that left and they couldn't exactly. There are so many Florida players that left that I knew for a fact they could have offered him a scholarship, but they ain't saying it. They just utilizing leverage. You know what I'm saying? And they just want to make sure that they're getting the right product. That's just how I look at it, because there's so many players that left Florida. You guys can go and look at 247 Sports and you will see where I know they could have gave him a scholarship. But if he changes his work ethic, he will be a star. That's facts right there. 143 people in the room. Hit the like button if you guys don't mind. We're hearing people down talk kids to stroke another man's ego. Yeah, I don't think anyone's down talking the kid. You know, everybody is wishing him the best, but you also have a lot of people that have mixed opinions of the situation. I think he brought that heat to himself. You know, when he left Colorado and the way he left, the things he was saying when he did leave, I feel like that, you know, he allowed people to down talk him. You know what I'm saying? Because he welcomed that type of energy. Shout out to Nody, man. Nody in the house. He says, I'm glad he made this move. I feel like he wanted to get that dog and that grit back. I feel like he was losing his mentality. Good move for him to get that 5-star mentality back. Facts. Another great comment. As I said before, no one's bashing Kamani Mcclain. I'm very happy for him as well. I do feel like him taking that walk-on deal basically is to get that mentality back that he's known for and known to have. And then, as I said before, he's in his backyard. So, and then I'm on mama's baby before I say this, before someone says, oh, he's bashing him for saying that. Then he has his mother within reach. I mean, what better place can you play where your mom is within reach, man? That's absolutely amazing. And I think all of those things is going to help him get back to what he's known to do, which is produce very well. John Doe in the house. The apology got to be just as loud as the disrespect. Facts. Great comment, John Doe. You're right on that. The apology do need to be just as loud as the disrespect. I like that one. Well, I will definitely watch Florida to see him play. I wish him well. Shout out to Mildred. Yeah, me too. You know, I watch the SEC. It's not just Florida. I keep up with the SEC. Best conference in football, in my opinion. So of course I ain't gonna have no choice but to keep up with him. You know, along with the talking that he was doing during the transfer portal situation. So you know, you add all those things together, you have no other choice but to keep up with him. DJ Don says my favorite team. Yes, DJ is very happy. DJ obviously is probably very excited right now to hear the news about Cormani Mcclain as a Florida Gator fan. So how you feel about that? DJ says my favorite team. Yes, but Kamani gonna have to still prove it. Terry says shout out to Terry. He says the SEC is a man's conference. Fact. It's a man's conference for sure. I was just telling those guys, you're gonna have to come up and make the tackle. You know, I mean, these guys is one step away from being in the NFL. You know, so you playing with some dogs. He gotta have his best performance in the SEC. That ain't the Pac-12. That's facts. This is a whole different conference. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the Pac-12, Big 10, Big 12. This ain't none of that. You know, this is totally different style game. More aggressive game. They play defense. It's gonna be very interesting. You have to be a certain caliber football player to thrive for Coach Sanders. That's facts. That is facts. I love my boy. He's gonna fit in. Nice. Shout out to MD32 Driver. He says he's going to go against a lot of physical receivers. Facts. He's definitely going up against a lot of big physical receivers. I agree with you on that. But I ain't gonna lie, I love their uniform colors. The black, I love that uniform. I'm not gonna sit here and hold y'all on that. Florida versus Miami, prime time right there, good game. Oh yeah, that would be prime right there. Florida versus Miami. I'm sure he got a little bit of animosity towards them as well because they really didn't aggressively pursue him during this transfer portal. So I'm sure he want his smoke with them. Tackling was the most glaring weakness you saw in Kamani. I agree. Unless he corrects it, those are SEC running backs going to eat. I agree. I definitely agree. He's going to have to come down and make the tackle. I've been saying that all live. This is a great comment right there. Uniforms, yeah, these uniforms is tough. How you think Texas and Oklahoma will do in the SEC? I feel like Texas and Oklahoma. I think they. I have mixed opinions on that one. I think Texas would definitely do good with the quarterback they have. Oklahoma, I'm not so sure about them, but I do feel like Texas would do pretty good. I mean, when you have Nick Saban away, it makes your job a lot easier. But I still think Kalen DeBoer, he can get Alabama going or keep their tradition. Not sure if he's going to be able to win as much. I'm sure nobody, but there's not really many out there. Maybe Georgia, but as far as Texas and Oklahoma, I do feel like Texas will do better than Oklahoma. Texas be in a lot of games and they just blow it, and they have the best recruits. They have the best guys from the transfer portal, and then for some reason they just don't put it on the field. It's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be interesting to see. Cause I do remember now that you said that a lot of those teams switch conference. The SEC is gonna be tough, man. Texas will probably do good. Oklahoma iffy. Yeah, I agree. Bad habits transfer with you. I agree. When you practice bad habits, a lot of times they follow you. But I'm hoping that he changes that as well. But yeah, I just wanted to break this news out to you guys about this. You guys probably want to hear it all day. But as I said before, I think it's a great move for him to stay home because that obviously when you take a walk-on deal like that, it tells me that he want to be in Florida because I'm sure he had scholarship offers elsewhere. But the fact that he took the Florida deal, as far as the walk-on, it pretty much tells me he wants to stay home. So shout out to Gino. He says if Kamani believes in himself, now is the time to prove it. Kamani needs to fix Kamani. Facts. You love your family. You love this. You love that. You don't want to pay for school. You ain't got no choice but to prove yourself now. Like Mildred said, 151 watching and only 61 likes. Let's hit the like button, people. Thanks. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I'd be surprised when I see those numbers sometimes, but it is what it is. Shout out to Troy Palomata. Shout out to Troy, man. He always show love to the channel. He says, we them Gator boys. Oh yeah, I forgot you are a Gator. So I'm sure you excited as well. I forgot a lot of y'all in here rock with those Florida Gators. He said he needs to focus. He needs to focus on what he needs to and forget the other stuff. I agree. I agree with you on that. I wouldn't even think about the NFL. I wouldn't think about Coach Prime, Colorado proving anything to the fans. Or I would just get my love back for the game and and regain what I had before I left Florida. I would try to get that back. They have rumors now that Kansas may be joining the SEC. I really don't think Kansas can hold it. Well, Kansas is okay. And the Big 12 will expand more predictions. Is 32-team conference. I like that idea. In a way, I like that idea. Then in a way, I just like the old traditional style. The old traditional style way. But of course, with these teams moving around, it makes the schedule more challenging. Back in the day, you had teams on schedule that you just knew was going to win. And then it makes sense now when you have NIL deals as well. You got guys making money, so they all over the place. So I like that idea. Why not? 32-team conference is already a professional league anyway, so it makes sense. Eventually, there will be a super conference. Yes, I agree. I think eventually that's going to take place. It makes sense. I mean, these guys getting paid anyway, so why not go ahead and expand conferences? They already have 12-team playoff race. I like that idea because there was a lot of teams that had 1 losses or sometimes even undefeated in other conferences, but because it wasn't expanded as far as the playoff conference, not the playoff, but because of the playoff number of teams to get into the playoffs wasn't expanded, it left out a lot of good teams. So now I think that's going to fix all of that. Now with they having 12 teams, for hopefully Colorado can land somewhere in that mix, whether it's 11 or 10. Like if they get in the playoffs, that'll be nice. There's no place like home for some people. Facts. I think he will shine now that he's back in Florida. I do too. I honestly feel like he will shine now that he's back home because there's no better, like you say, there's no better place to play than at home. So I definitely agree with you 100% on that. Colorado versus Florida will definitely be on the schedule next year. I mean, what if Colorado and Florida can match up in the playoffs? I don't know. You guys probably know about that. Would it be possible? But I don't even know if Florida would actually go that far. Good for him. Muscle 31 in the house, man. Shout out to Muscle 31. Appreciate you always chiming in, showing love to the channel. What's good, man? For those that just chimed in, as I said before, it's official. Kamani Mcclain is a Florida Gator. He will be walking on. I made a video for those that didn't watch it yet, explaining the whole situation as far as the walk-on deal, what the coaches said, all of those things. So after this live, you guys can check it out. But yeah, he Florida bound. He back home. Just showing some of the pictures. So he gonna have his number 1 look like it. Those uniforms, it's crazy, man. I love those uniforms. Expanded playoffs will be fun this year. Anyone can win it all. Facts. Aloha, bro. Keep up the great work. Appreciate that, Edwin. Appreciate you, Edwin. Shout out to Jimmy. Jimmy says, I wish him the best because this is the last chance to show his self-care. I agree. I definitely agree. This is his last chance because if you guys been paying attention, there really wasn't a lot of teams. I mean, in the beginning, they was pushing on them. They was pushing, and then when all that stuff came out, it got kind of difficult for him. So I do feel like this is like his best opportunity to make the best of it. If he blow this one, I personally can't see him um, continuing this career other than being in a lower conference. But I just can't see him blowing it. If he blow this one, man, I'm gonna be very, very surprised. And to be honest with you guys, a lot of times, just like with Antonio Brown, I'm a lover of Antonio Brown, my favorite wide receiver. When he kept blowing his opportunities, it just didn't make no sense to me. So sometimes guys still blow it though. But I just hope Kamani don't be that type of player. Dude says that is awesome for Kamani. Pray that he is successful. I agree. He probably should stay off social media. I would agree to that too, Terry. A lot of times social media um, it don't be as good for us, especially youth athletes. He needs to be locked in. Going to film. I mean, watching film, going to meetings on time. All the stuff Coach Prime said he wasn't doing at Colorado. Those need to be his main priorities. He gonna be all right as long as his attitude, work ethic, and grades are good. Shout out to Jay Smooth. Shout out to Jay Smooth. He says, keep dreaming, keep believing, keep your faith in God. Bless you, young man. Continued success. Appreciate that, Jay Smooth, 1000%. They'll take the next 4 seasons to put somebody on the tape. He can't be great in recruit this season and 85 scholarships go quick. They'll take the 4 seasons to put somebody on the tape. He can't be great in recruiting season and 85 scholarships go quick. Don't be man up too high. Or y'all going to blame Deion Sanders for that too? I know, right? Because we left Coach Prime been wrong. So I do hope you live up to the hype. Kamani has the opportunity to win with several Gator and mlan who graduated from Gator Senior High School to get into a year. If he chooses to listen, Bowsy twins, Ahmad Black, Chris Rainey. Okay. Yeah, that's facts right there. That's a lot of great Florida Gator alumni. My only thing about that, if Coach Prime couldn't do it, I mean, for Kamani to change, he's gonna have to want to change for himself. In my personal opinion, it's nothing that any alumni can do or anything like that because the resources was him at Colorado, and so I feel like he has to want to change it first. I'm glad he's on a team, but he needs to be more active in class along facts. I agree with you, love his life. Brandon Moss went to Notre Dame, Florida State, and Marshall. The situation frequently issues. Kamani would be okay. We all wish him well. The school only wants him to play ball. What about his education and being safe to be a man? That's facts right there. A lot of times these programs find ways for guys to pass. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There's a lot of times these schools have professors and certain players. Think about it. With all these college football programs and athletes, do you guys really think all of them are smart enough to pass? So I really feel like there's a lot of cases, not speaking about Kamani, but I'm just saying in general, where guys get well taken care of and they only there for play football. And I think that transfer portal tells us what these guys only going to school for anyway. Majority of these guys go to school to play football, which they don't realize that education is just as important because everyone is not going to make it to the National Football League level. But in reality, majority of these guys go to college to play football. And they just take classes because they have to. And a lot of times these athletes take classes they know they can pass just so they can play football. And I can't sit there and bash them for that because I'm one of those guys. I was taking classes that I knew that I was going to pass as long as it allowed me to play ball. That's just what it was. I'm just telling y'all the reality of what happens in the games of football. When best DB say you have laziness when it comes to studying film or going to class, what to say about what get facts? Audio, put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Without self-discipline and listening to sound advice, no one can be successful. I agree. He needs to learn how to spell from his post. Okay, let me check the audio then. All right, hold up. Let me see. Give me a second. All right, what about now? Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me now. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me now. All right, cool. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's what I want to let y'all know. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. But yeah, just wanted to update you guys, let you guys know about the situation. So it remains to be seen how things gonna play out. Appreciate that, Shirley. I'm gonna drop the chat one more time for anybody that want to come in and speak about the situation before we get ready to close. We do have some upcoming player interviews, so be on the lookout for that. UF is back. Shout out to Iceberg. Yeah, shout out to Iceberg. Yeah, UF is back. Whatever that, I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. But yeah, just wanted to update you guys, man. As I said before, as we get ready to close, I just shared the link for anybody that want to voice their opinion before we get ready to shut it down. And we're gonna sit back and wait and see what happens next for Kamani Mcclain. So I give it about another 5 minutes to give anybody that want to chime in real quick. The good thing is Florida needs him, but that also means that they might allow more, which isn't good for his maturation. The coach is on the hot seat. He might not be there after the season. Hey, that's a very, very good comment right here. I agree with you. That's one of the things I did think about when Kamani made that decision, because I was like, I didn't realize that the head coach was on the hot seat. So it was like, if Kamani does good, the problem is that, you don't know who the head coach may be in the future, because Kamani is young, so he's gonna be there, the next few years. So it's like that's tricky. Appreciate that, Shirley. I just wish I can't control anybody, but I just wish Kamani would have got back out of the portal and went back to Colorado. But it is what it is. If Coach do not make the playoffs, or Bowl think he will be fired. You talking about Florida coach? If you're talking about Florida coach, then yeah. I mean, he on the hot seat. If you're talking about Colorado, then absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's no reason why Coach Prime Colorado team can't get the guys to a bowl season. They definitely should be able to get to a bowl season this year. And I mean, I have high expectations of them getting to the playoffs, not just bowl eligible. Appreciate that, Rodney. You have a great day. Colorado Boulder is not a good destination for an 18, 19-year-old student athlete when it's time to get really serious. You say Colorado, you mean Colorado Buffaloes is not a good destination for 18, 19-year-old athletes, student athletes, maybe in year 3 or 4. I guess I understand that. Yes, the Florida coach, yeah, I think he's gone. If he don't get to a bowl or a playoff game, he out of there. He done been mistreated, and he has been humble, and Billy not going anywhere. We winning this year. I wish this young man the best, and he has a lot of talent, you mean? Some of these comments, y'all make me play the fill in the question game, fill in what you guys trying to say. But yeah, you feel like he has a lot of talent? Yeah, definitely. He got a lot of talent. It never was on the field for Kamani. It was off the field with him. Could he possibly go back to Colorado? Honestly, Carl, when you burn bridges, it's very hard to regain that type of situation. But Coach Prime is a forgiving person, so it's possible, because we saw it with Amari Cooper, where Amari Cooper, he went to Florida State 2 seasons, went to Colorado, then went back to Florida State. So to answer your question, it's definitely a possibility that he can go from, Colorado, then go back to Florida Gators, and then go back to Colorado. That is possible. Amari Cooper did it. Kamani likes to party, and you got to tell him no. Pharaoh, if he loves to party, I mean, he gonna be back in Florida now. That's Florida is known to party. So it's like, if we get Badger, it's up. Oh yeah, man. Listen, a hell of a football player for sure. So we're gonna pretty much close. We're gonna pretty much get ready to close the live, man. I just want to update you guys, let you guys know. On your way out, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Once again, as I said before, Cormani Mcclain is officially a Florida Gator. And I wish him all the best and success as I play these last few slides, photos. Be on the lookout for the upcoming interviews. We have one tomorrow. And then we also have another player interview with one of the linebackers. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Until next time, peace.